Your Medicare premiums are not growing more than your Social Security COLA. I mean, look, dude, I don't like Sniffy Joe. I don't like Heels Up. One of my pet peeves is just people who don't understand basic mathematics. It's one thing if you want to argue with me, like this lady J-Bo did about her Social Security premium increase not being enough to basically cover the cost of her food increase. That's fine. We can argue that all day long. I don't disagree with that necessarily. And there's another thing, though, to say your Social Security premium increase, you're going backward because of Medicare premium increases. It's just not true. It's just, it's such a bad, I despise that argument because let me show you. All right, so for simplicity, right now, Social Security is paying a 2.5% increase, 2.5%. All right. So if I have $2,000 of Social Security, I think it's 2.5. Yeah. 2.4, 2.5. If I have $2,000 of Social Security, how much more am I getting? I'm getting $50 a month more, or $600 a year. Yeah. $600 a year. All right. Pretty simple. Medicare is expected to go up by $10 a month from $175 basically to $185. Oh, Part D is expected to go down. I'm not even including Part D. Medicare is expected to go up by $10. All right. So how do we figure? The only way your Social Security benefit is losing to Medicare is what? Well, we take that $10 a month increase of Medicare Part B. It hasn't been announced yet, but it looks like I just read on CNBC. They're expecting 185 from basically 175, and then Part D is going down. So we're just going to use what happened to my thing here? Oh, here it is. So basically, we know Social Security is going up by 2.5. So we take 10 divided by 0.025. That means your Social Security benefit would have to be $400 a month if Medicare is eating into your Social Security COLA. And then we do have the hold harmless provision anyway, which is that you can't lose ground on Social Security if Medicare premiums go up more than your Social Security from a dollar perspective. It's just not happening. Now, look, there might be some of you guys making $400 a month less. All right. Well, we know for a fact you're not going negative because that's the hold harmless provision in the law that says that you can't. But are you really making $400 a month in Social Security? Really? Come on. Again, the best argument would be this lady's argument right here. Let me show you. One sec. So this guy says, sadly, the 22.5% is about $50. So he's making $2,000 a month on Social Security. And yet Medicare has gone up 5.9% to around $185. So seniors are still going in the rears. My man says here, arrears, not in the rears. Liberty is, look, dude, I don't know. I like the ladies, so I don't know anything about the rears, all right? I like the women. Yeah, that might not be you. Hey, to each his own. I don't like the rears. That's not where anything should be going, all right? Let's just put it that way. But, dude, Liberty, how can he, come on, dude. Come on. It's 174 basically 175 to 185. That's $10 a month difference. You just said right there. How could you possibly, you're going up 50. How could you possibly say $50 is less than $10? Bah! That doesn't make any sense to me. How could you say that? Oh, man. And then my man Koff, I thought there's a hold harmless provision. There is. Oh, and that's if your Social Security is only $2,000. This guy says, I'm saying, are you saying inflation is not a concern of millions of Americans? For the love of the good Lord, man. Let's see here. So this guy's complaining about CPI. There's my man right here. This guy. Come on, brother. CPIW is BS, but the argument that my man freaking Devin Carroll is saying is CPIE. No, we don't want CPIE either. The CPI numbers, half of CPI is based on a CPIU. Same thing with CPIW. Same thing with CPIE. Read my book, Relax and Retire. Half of CPI is housing and the other and transportation. Add those together, that's half of the CPI index. And the interesting thing is most retirees don't use transportation very much because they're not buying new and used vehicles and their housing is already paid for. So if we want a true measure for elderly retiree CPI, we'd do like this lady says. Now, I'm not sure she's 100% right, but she says she got $300 a month more, $30 a month more. So we know what that means. We can take her, we know exactly what her benefit is. We say $30 a month divide by 0.025. So her benefit's about $1,200 a month. All right, so she gets $30 a month. I'm assuming her husband has twice that, so between them they get $3,600 a month in Social Security. I'm not saying you can go buy freaking a freaking catamaran. I'm just saying that's what you're gonna get. She gets taxed on 80% of that. I don't know about that because we don't know what other income sources she has. If that's all their income, she doesn't get taxed on 80% of that. But let's just go with what she says. It's actually 85, but we'll run with that, which means she'll net $25 a month after taxes. No, that's not how. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. What's her name? J Bow. No, being taxed on. If your $30 a month costs you $5 in taxes, that'd be a 16.6% effective tax rate. All right, 16.6%. Now, I don't know about you, but that's pretty high for a retiree. I'm just telling you right now. So when you say I get taxed on 80% of that $30 a month, which means I lose $5 of that, it might be true, but that means you're making pretty good money. I'm just telling you right now. That means you're certainly, unless you're in a tax torpedo, you might well be. You might well be. But even that, I'm not sure you're losing 16%. The vast majority of people, retirees, aren't in a 16.6% effective tax rate. They're just not. My Medicare goes up, but she gets this. My Medicare goes up $5.45. Her social, when we'll just assume her tax are right, goes up 25. She's still netting $20 a month after Medicare and after taxes. Again, assuming that's correct. Now she's getting, so now I'm getting around a $20 a month increase. Our food bill went up $100 a month this year per person. That seems high to me, but okay, we'll run with it. Car insurance went up $20 a month. All right, so anyway, the point being here is she's making a good argument that CPI isn't reflective of elderly people. I don't have any qualm with that. Again, if you read my book, Relax and Retire, I come up with what a real retiree's CPI is. And it's not 50% transportation, 50% housing. It's food is the number one expense and healthcare number two. That's what I show in my book. But everyone thinks, oh, you're just I don't know what people think. They think, oh, man, you're just a shill for, I don't know, Kabbalah? Fills up Harris? It's crazy to me. All right, let's keep going here because there's some other comments I want to make. And then my man Teddy Ruck's been trying to tell me to dry brine my steaks. You think I'm a rookie at this stuff? Salt the steaks and put them in the fridge for 24 hours. That's called dry brine. Oh, Teddy Ruckspin. What are we going to do with it? Actually, of course, my man Guy March, who's a refrigeration expert, he knows prime, choice, and select right on. I said prime, choice. I forgot what the last one is, select. I think there's a fourth one too, is there not? Ours, Daisy something, Reinacker, says our increase equals 1/3 of our single month of groceries. Again, I don't argue that. That's not how CPI is credited. It's just not. And do not follow or fall for the Devin Carroll. I love Devin Carroll. He's just completely wrong in this. The CPIE is not the real solution. Even Pablo knows that. Pablo says, Devin Carroll, you should be arguing not for CPIE, you should be arguing for a different form of CPI measurement for elderly people, given the fact that most elderly people own their own home outright. All right, let's keep going here. Again, this guy's griping about the $61 a month raise. I mean, he said, maybe I'll build a wing on the local college. It's actually pretty funny, but it is what it is, man. $61 is better than 60 for sure. Timmy makes a bad argument here. Why is it they can't see in the simple math and realize that inflation compounds like interest rate does? But they do, because Social Security COLA is compound too. I mean, it's compounding over last year's COLA, which is compounding over the year's COLA too. Cumulative inflation is 3.5% and will be higher by the end of the year. Yeah, that's not true. I mean, according to CPI, cumulative inflation is not 3.5% so far this year. It's just not. I mean, again, we could argue all day long about CPI and how it's measured for Social Security, but these are just incorrect statements. How much is Medicare going up? We just 10 is going up. It looks like we don't know exactly. It looks like about 10 right there. We already talked about the hold harmless provision. You can't lose Social Security benefits when your Medicare goes up higher. And again, unless you're making $400 a month or less, that's not happening. None of it matters to me, Josh. I've been working out and can now lift $100 worth of groceries with one hand. And then my man Bruce says one finger at the pinky. That's funny. So I got to give thumbs up to that. I don't think you think. Oh, there it is. Let's see, my man Andrew, we stopped eating cut beef when it hit $5.99 a pound. One can extrapolate the data from that. Still $3.99 a pound here in our Costco. I don't know what they got in Ohio, but here's $3.99 a pound. Locally, sometimes you get 80-20 burger meat for around, I don't know where you guys are, but down here it's quite cheap. Of course, I live in the South because that's where all the cool people live. The people arguing about the cost of food. Dude, I get it, 100%. People like, for some reason, you're out of touch. They call me a baby boomer. I'm like, I'm not, but okay. So let's, I want to show you a couple things here that I responded to, if I can find, yeah, right here. This guy, Craig Jennings says, how can, and he says it all caps, so he's really upset. How can this possibly be a cost of living increase for seniors? The increase won't even cover my Medicare payment increase. This is a major issue. Social care has not come close to keep up with seniors' real cost of living for years. And I said, you only get $300 a month in Social Security because, again, it will cover your cost of Medicare premiums. That is just a fact, unless you're getting less than $300 a month or $400 a month, whatever it is. And then you have the hold harmless provision, which will. So I just don't say this stuff. Don't say it. You can't make it. See, you can't. Once you go down this path of making arguments that are factually incorrect, it's hard to believe other things you say. These are factually incorrect things, and people are saying this. You can make other arguments that are legitimate. The cost of food is going up much higher than the Social Security increase. That's fine, but don't say your Medicare premiums are going up more than your Social Security. As a percentage as they are, as a dollar, it's not even close to it. It's just, don't say that, man. It's just, no one's going to take you seriously if you're writing your congressman saying that stuff, because it's just not true. Oh, it drives me up the wall. No one's saying inflation is not a concern. And then I said something else right here to somebody. Let's see if I can't find it. This is punk, whatever. Oh, no, well, I do the extra $30 a month. Oh, yeah, nothing, because Medicare premiums are going up $40 a month. It's just not true. It's simply not true. Anyway, just another reason to take Social Security later, by the way, because 2.5% on 1,000 is $25. 2.5% on 3,000 is $75. I'm just throwing it out there. All right. Love to hear thoughts. Oh, you must vote for Heels Up Harris. Or I hate that. I hate these arguments, like this dichotomy. Because you're saying Social Security is 2.5, it's better than a 2.4. Doesn't mean it's great. That doesn't mean I like it. But it's kind of like someone emails me all the time about how high interest rates are bad. And I say, high interest rates are great. I love getting, I don't have $100,000 sitting in cash, but if I did have $100,000 sitting in cash, getting $5,000 a year in a money market at Vanguard, I'll take that to the bank all day long. That's not a bad thing. Oh, but they'll say, there's always a negative. I always try to find the positive. How can I take this positive and make it work for me? That doesn't mean I'm ignorant about the negatives or I pretend they don't exist. I just say, I'm getting 2.5. In my Social Security cost of living adjustments and right capital, I'm only using 2.4. Yeah. All right, God bless. Love to your thoughts. Give me thumbs down, so I know it's going to tick a lot of people off. That's fine. I'll take the thumbs down. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Whatever that song is. I know. Right, Papa. See ya.